Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first Edry team monthly market update on video. I'm sitting here with William Krooss-Tadas, as you mostly know him as Bill, and we're going to tell you a little bit about what's been going on the last month and what is happening in the market right now, because there's some really interesting things that seem to be going on. So, Bill, tell us a little bit about what December looked like.
So actually, what's interesting is last week I changed my mind because we were looking at the data from December, and when it had come out, the first thing I noticed was that contract signings were up 11% year over year from the last December. But over the 3 months prior, contracts were actually up 20, 28, and 20%. So I thought to myself, well, it looks like we're starting to stabilize rather than see that big growth that we had seen over last year.
Right.
The thing that I now have come to realize is the only reason contract signings were only up 11% was that they ended up taking up the rest of the inventory. There's no inventory left. Inventory was down an additional 3 percentage points. It would have been impossible for contract signings to be up in December 20% plus year over year. So what we're seeing is lowest inventory numbers that we've seen in over 12 months. Contract signings are significantly higher than they've been year over year each month for the last 4. And, anecdotally, our team alone in the last 7 days has signed listings, closed business, gotten accepted offers to the tune of over $9.1 million in sales volume. And we're close to $20 million pending, listed, and closed on the year, and it's January 14th.
Right.
So that's obviously exciting for us.
Yep.
But it's also telling because I think that we're going to have a short window to transact quite a bit, and I have a feeling a lot of agents are going to feel the same pressure.
So I'm curious to talk about it from the client's perspective a little bit as well, right? For buyers that are coming into the market now, because we know that a bunch of them have been sitting on the sidelines for a while and waiting for either rates to come down or inventory to open up. What are you seeing right now, just over the last few days, even the last couple of weeks, on that side of the transaction?
Well, so the one thing that I know to be true, because I'm an agent, is that myself, our agents, we do drive the market a little bit. Agents and what they're able to tell and what they're able to believe when they speak to buyers does matter. And in the last few weeks, we've been able to tell our buyers that we genuinely believe that the prices that are achievable today are lower than they will be in 6 months. Now, the thing is, the only caveat to that is it's not always the right property.
Sure.
So when our client is lucky enough to find the right property, they found something they actually want now, we tell them, well, you're ahead of the game because now you have the opportunity to buy something at a price that's not here, and you're not just settling for the least expensive property that you can buy. You're getting what you want, and you're getting it at a discount.
Yeah.
That's the narrative.
And we've had a couple of specific examples around this the last couple of days, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
you put in an offer. Tell us a little bit about that one, the one that had been on the market for like 400 plus days.
So there's two. The one you're speaking of is there was a listing on the market for 300 plus days, and our buyer that had come to see it, we came in and we had offered $700,000 on this property that had been listed for $725,000 for over 180 days with no bites. And all of a sudden we found out that we were one of 3 buyers competing, and in fact we were the lowest of the 3 offers. The seller had come back and given everybody the counter. Luckily we were able to do the deal at $715,000. But that's a $10,000 discount on a $725,000 property that took a year to sell. That's insane.
And that's not even the worst one.
Well, so the other one is a sad story for our agent, but obviously a happy ending for the seller who had been waiting for 5 months for a deal. But we took a buyer out and we found a property for them that was on the market for 120 days with no deal. It was listed at $1.995 million. We started our bid at $2 million, knowing that there was a couple other buyers that were showing interest, but we didn't even know at the time that those buyers had actually put in offers. We found out they did, and we raised our offer to a highest and final of $2,050,000, or $55,000 higher than the asking price for a property that was asking $1,995 with no deal for 4+ months. and we were tied for the second best offer just this week. So that's the new challenge, because there are good properties, and buyers, even though there aren't as many as there are in the summer months, are finding their way to them. Because when inventory is lower, the good deals can't hide anymore.
Right. I think that's 100% right. And then on the flip side of it, I can imagine that a seller, potential seller that's going to listen to this is going to say, oh, that means I can come onto the market and, really get a much higher price than I would have maybe 6 months ago. Right?
Sure.
But what we're also seeing is that it's very important to price right, correct?
Well, so the thing that's different about right now is that 12 months ago, we were priced 5.5% higher than we are today. Most of us believe that that's why the contracts are shooting up, because sellers got realistic as they had to. And the listings that are on the market today are sellers that have to sell, and they met the market where the market was. Obviously, that's proved out, and we believe that, that proves that the market has stabilized, that there's proof in the pudding that there's going to be quite a few buyers transacting this year, and an opportunity for growth and perhaps a rebound from 12 months ago. But as more and more sellers enter the market, they're going to be told different strategies on how to get the best price possible. I think the best strategy out of all of them is likely going to be pricing a little behind the market and a little under what might even be fair market value, because if you do so, I just said, the best properties, the best deals, they can't hide. You might get multiple offers like we used to see back in 2015.
Right. And I think the key to that is the fact that there is stronger demand than there is current inventory, right?
Stronger compared to the inventory relative to the last 2 years.
Correct.
But also, at some point, it may end up being just a strong seller's market in general.
Yeah.
That might be where we're headed, because we're certainly moving away from the buyers have all the leverage like they felt they had 6 months ago.
Right.
And that's the difference, and that's what our agents are seeing out there.
That's amazing. Okay, it sounds like it's going to be an exciting year for everybody, and we're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen next. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this. Would love it if you like and subscribe. And if you need us for anything, you can always reach out to us. Our contact information will be on the final slide. Thank you.